Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. I did kind of have a penalty for, well, I said that there would be a penalty if I turned a vehicle upside down, and I ended up having to do a reset to shop because I turned something upside down. I think we'll do the same in this series as well. If we do have to reset something to the shop in order to correct a bad accident because of careless driving or anything like that, I will come up with some sort of suitable financial penalty that we have to pay to make up for our careless behavior and the damage of said machines, which we have managed to tip upside down. Accidentally driving onto the pavement and killing people, innocent passers-by. We don't mind that quite so much. That's acceptable behaviour in our book. We're allowed to do such things, but we're not allowed to damage the machine. Machinery is, machinery breaks, people grow back. That's how we can look at it. Machinery breaks, people grow back. We are 800 litres. I reckon that one thing of seed should be enough to do this field. It's coming along fairly well here. Back to you. Get this one up to the field and start this one working, and then I will go back to the other tractor and I'll get that one working down in that field as well. So where do I want to go here? I want to go round this roundabout here, turn here like this, and then I want to go up this way. I've just knocked a road sign over. That's fine. We don't mind the odd road sign. What's a road sign between friends? It's fine. It's not going to make any difference. So I want to go this way now, and round and roundabout so that I can get on up there. No, we cannot take shortcuts across the fields. Whatever next? Don't even think about it. We're definitely not allowed to do that. Now, if I was in the UK, that would be the first exit. Instead of having to go all the way round and roundabout like this, I would have already been partway up the hill. Although, coming back again, I would then have to do the long way round and roundabout. Because obviously in the UK, we drive on the left-hand side of the road and not on the right-hand side of the road. This whole driving on the wrong side of the road nonsense, it could get me in trouble. Like, I've genuinely spent a lot of time playing Farming Simulator before now, and then gone out onto the road and, like, gone for a little bit of a walk and looked at cars driving past and genuinely thought, why is he on the wrong side of the road? Oh, wait, no, yeah, wrong country. Genuinely, it is a good job I wasn't in a car, let's put it that way. Although I suspect, once I get into a car, it'd be fine. Because, obviously, when you're driving, if you're in your car, your steering wheel is on the side that is nearest the centre of the road. And here in the UK, all of our vehicles have the steering wheel on the right-hand side. So we have right-hand drive cars. So, once I get into the car, my steering wheel is on the right-hand side, there probably wouldn't be too much of an issue. There probably wouldn't be any kind of concerns whatsoever. At least this is what I'm telling myself. Now, we're going to start off by doing a pass down here, and we're going to gather up as much of this hay as we can. I'm going to go like this first, and then I'm going to go here, left control, work mode left. So that's dumping it to the left. I want it to dump it to the left. I want this one dumping the stuff to the left. Turn there. Turn a little bit more. Keep going. Go on. Back up. And I'm going to stop there like that. Now, I go to you. You're on normal. I'm just going to press H like that. And that's taking the whole thing and it's dumping it on the left-hand side. I may just need to... I really like this merge max thing. I like watching this one work, so we're just going to watch this one work a second to get up to the other end of the field. Let's watch it from this side so that we can see it making the row as well. I want to see it get up to the other end of the field, and I'm curious what it's going to do, because we've got the pile of machinery up here. hoping that that pile of machinery is not going to be so much in the way that it's going to cause this one trouble, but it might. Like, the hired help is a strange beast in this game, and you never quite know what it's going to do. So you're going to get to there. Are you going to turn round, or are you just going to say, there's something in my way, I can go... You are. You're just going to be difficult about this, aren't you? Right. So if I move you back there like that, and then bring you over here. You know what? I am actually going to do a pass along this bottom end like this. It will leave it in lumps. It will leave a bit of a mess with it, but that is going to just push all of the hay in towards the middle of the field, and then I can set the hired help going again. I'm going to also drive down this side and just sort of bring it over like that, there, and now I'll press H going there. It's left a little piece over on the corner. That's fine. Coming down here, it doesn't look like it's sticking out too far. We should be okay with that. It's going to get through all of this pretty quickly. We're not going to have much in the way of hay that's left over. There will be the odd bit here and there, but most of it will actually get rid of. It's kind of odd the way that it does leave the patch. You go slightly out over the edge of what the game decides is the edge of the field, and it does... It really doesn't like it, does it? So let me bring you to there like that, and then lower you down again. Now I want to go out round like that, and then bring you in. But I've also got to remember that the game is not going to like me going out too far here. It's going to say that we don't own it. I can just about reach it. So far up through there, it's doing all right. It's picked all of that up. That's what I was hoping it would do. There. Okay. So I have reached that point right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot off down to this end of the field. We will turn round so that I'm not going anywhere near that machinery. When I come back again for the next pass, it shouldn't have anything to do with that. And then I've got a nice big run. Yeah, let's bring you down here like this. And then the way this works when it's doing it, if I bring you to about there like that, go from that point, it'll lower in, and it just like grabs up the whole lot and it just shunts it over like that. Okay, you're fine. We don't need to worry about you. Let's just check on our seed drill a second. You have still got more than half of that seed in there. It's just enough there to be able to turn round. No issues there whatsoever. So we can go back to you over here. And we will fold up these mowers. We will fold up that mower right there. I'm going to go up this track a little tiny bit. And I'm going to drop these machines here. So I will... drop that one there, and then we'll turn around and we will drop the mowers in front of it. You cannot lower these mowers down to drop them off. You have to drop them off from a height. And I've always hated that about this version of the game. And there's a couple of machines that you have to do that with, and I really don't like it. It's like the slurry spreader that I'm using in the slurry tank in here. I'm using in the time-lapse series at the moment. I've got that slurry tank right there. 20 foot. No, I don't. I've got the 20,000 litre one there. And I've got that one on the back. I cannot unhitch that one with this one folded up on the back. It says that I've got to lower the machine. If I try to lower that one, it'll unfold it. So I've got to physically dump this one off from a height, as it is, like that, drive forward a bit so that I'm not within pickup range of that one, and then I can unhitch that one. And it's little things like that that really irritate me. Right? There's no need, that's a minor bug. It's one that won't be fixed, but it is a bug that irritates me enough that it just removes a little tiny bit of enjoyment out of the game. There's little things like that. Unnecessary bugs that could be easily fixed. And there are a few of those in there. The whole lowering thing, it does it. Mowers in particular is one that does get me. Because why have we got mowers that do that? Why have we got mowers that are following that behaviour? There's no actual need for it, is there? We don't need to have our mowers doing stuff like that. As it is slightly ridiculous that is. It's ridiculous that is even a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. That there should be nothing involved with that whatsoever. I don't like that. And I genuinely wish that there was something that we could do to alter that, but I don't think there is. I think there may be one or two mods that are done so that you can you don't have that kind of issue with it. But again, I'm not really 100% sure on that. Okay, let's bring you back in here. I've been thinking I can refresh contracts and stuff, and we can go and get extra contracts, you know, other things happening in here. That's going to be great and all, but what are we going to do when all we've got is fertilizer jobs? Like, should I... Personally, I'm thinking that we're going to get fed up to the back teeth with doing fertilizer everywhere. Now, fertilizer jobs, they do make us a lot of money. Fertilizer jobs are potentially some of the best earners in the game. Now, you make a nice lot of money out of doing those. But at the same time, we're likely to get a little bit fed up with doing fertilizer jobs. And also, if I take 6 fertilizer jobs, that means I got to buy 6 bags of fertilizer and put them all out in order to be able to get everything working all tickety-boo how I would like. So, you know, it could be a bit of a balancing act doing that. We're going to be getting a bit more money now, so, I mean, in theory, I should have the fertilizer available to go and do it if I wanted to do that. But do I actually want to do that? I don't really know. Now, that should be pointing in that direction. Let's bring you in over here a little bit, and then I'll run up that side. I'm just going to press H on there and let that... let the hired help just run down that side of the field like that and scoot that one in, and then I will manually run along the bottom. We'll go up that side, do another run along the top. So I've basically done what I did with the other fields, and we can sort of move it all in like this, and there we go, the beautiful black Valtra right in there, whizzing along with this one. That is a thing of beauty. I really, really do like the Merge Max. Like, it's a really nice machine. I can understand why people would want to use it as well. Lovely and fast in the fields. And, yes, you only do 1/2 of the job at a time, but my goodness me, doesn't it get that job done properly. Like, you soon cover the acres with this one, and then once you finish doing all your raking, you've got half the number of rows that you've just done passes. So the next machine that you come through with doesn't have to do as many runs as what you've just done with the Merge Max. And that makes it even better. Right? That makes the machine even more profitable. Right? There's something about this one that is quite awesomely cool. Now, am I going to be able to properly gather up everything on here because of the whole, like, slightly out of line lines that were coming down through here? It does look like I'm going to actually be able to pick all of it up. That's good. Despite the fact that it's, like, sticking out quite a bit, I'm still apparently going to be able to gather everything up. I like this. This is good. If we buy this field down here, we'll definitely be expanding this field out by quite a bit, and then we can use that as arable. I mean, we may do some leveling work in the corner, so that, say, all of that grass that I just missed back in that corner would end up getting done, because I think that was just because the slope was too steep that it didn't get picked up. We'll see when we go over it with a baler. I'm not so concerned about it that I'm gonna go back over it now. That's not a problem. Right. Let's pick you up there, like that, and if I go back this way, I'll bring you over here, like this. Yes, there's only a little tiny bit there. Contract on field 21 finished. That's the planting has now finished. Now, it's not technically finished yet, because the worker is still going. So I'm going to leave it for a minute. You over here, you're going to be a slightly narrower run down this side, but that's fine by me. I'm going to bring you up to there, start that going, and that's putting that run all the way. He's dumping it out quite a long way off to the side. That's okay, that's fine. Now we can switch over to you. You're on your final pass now, so we'll be able to complete that job in a minute, and we've got enough seed. This one I'm actually going to drive back to the dealership, and I'm going to unload the seed there so that I've got that ready for our next contract, which we're going to want to use. And then I want to go up here. You're still going. And we're going to hardly have any runs at all up through here. We got like 6 passes with the baler. That's fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. I love that we've got that. I really, really do. And then you are going to come down here. And yeah, we've got big lumps down the end where we've sort of tidied it up. But we haven't got grass that's being chucked way back out of the way. So I'm also quite pleased with that. So let's pick you up, run you back to the dealership, and then we can get this job completed. That's it done. And that's another little task finished in there. I'm curious what's up next on this one. Whether there's going to be a slurry spreading job or something like that. Probably not. There used to be slurry spreading jobs, didn't there? But you had the machinery delivered to the edge of the field, and it was a slurry, you know, you had a slurry tanker. I don't recall seeing any slurry jobs in this game. Not this new version of the game. The slurry jobs a thing that... Maybe they are. Maybe they just don't exist anymore. Right. I'm going to bring you right up there, up close like that. And, there. Okay, I've now unloaded the seed. That one's finished. Then I can jump out of here. And we will go like this. We've got that one right there. We lose 400 euros for that. Reimbursement. I'm not sure what that is, whether that is for fertilizer or something used, but I don't think it is. 1590. Unless reimbursement is for seed that is still in there. I didn't even bother to check. You know what? I don't really mind at the moment. So we get 1590 right on there. And if we say that we use 300 in wages, there's another nice little profit. So I'm up. I got 5,200. I'm hovering about the same as what I was previously. But right now, I've actually done... I don't need to be running down here for this final pass, but we're doing it anyway. Why am I leaving a couple little bits of grass behind as we go down through here? Is that because of how far out we are right now? Probably would be my guess on that. Probably. Yeah, we're kind of hovering about the same level of money as we were. We've bought some seed. We've been paying out a load of wages on a lot of different contracts. And these 2 baling contracts we've not yet cashed in on. Once we do cash in on those, we'll hopefully get some money for selling the bales that we're going to be picking up. And on top of that, so you are now done. What are you doing? Why are you turning round and going back through again? What a peculiar thing to do. Not really sure about that. But anyway, this one now needs to be parked up in the corner of the field. I'm not going to put it all the way in the other corner of the field. I'm going to leave it right there. And I want to head back down and I want to get the baler so that we can start baling up here. That's 20% done. That's 20% done in there. So they're both around about the same at the moment. We've now got to start getting bales baled and then getting them down to the barns. Well, I drive back down to the shop. I just wanted to have a little chat about some of the feedback I have received about various ideas I've been talking with you. Yes, I'm on a new recording session now. We've just switched over. And I've been sort of paying attention to what people have been saying in the comments last week about, the last 2 weeks, about what you think of my ideas, what you think of the gameplay so far, and how this series might progress. So first up, the whole speed adjustment thing, where I slow things down for second-hand machinery, possibly get it a little bit faster, and so on. There are people who like the ideas, but most of you do seem to be along the lines of, no, don't do any of that. One, you're kind of overcomplicating things, and two, none of you seem to like the idea of speeding stuff up at all, so we're going to scrap that. I'm not going to do the slowing down of second-hand machinery. That kind of negates the whole purpose of me doing other things to keep the gameplay kind of interesting anyway. So no, we're not going to do any of that. I've already gotten rid of it. The working speed mod has been removed, so that one's gone. We're not going to do that. The other one, what was I talking about? Well, I've got multiple contracts going. Nobody seems to have a major issue with that. One thing that I have had a few complaints about is the fact that, well, yes, doing multiple contracts, but using hired help. Putting hired help going on various different jobs and using them to do different multiple contracts does seem to be something that some people don't like. I've had comments about how this doesn't seem to be a hardcore series because I'm using hired help and I'm doing things with the hired help rather than just doing one job at a time by myself. That I have a very specific reason for. Okay, just imagine for a moment that I am doing this job. Well, not this job. We did a different job. We did a planting job. Yeah, alright, so we'll go over to this one. Now, this is a tractor with a cultivator on it, okay? So we go across the field like this. We'd be doing, what, 12k in the field? So let me put this one all the way down to 12. There. Right. If I'm doing the entire job myself, I'm not using any hired help, not doing anything like that, this is what you get to watch. That's it. And some of these jobs are going to take more than an episode to do. That's it. Right? So there may be 1 or 2 out of 100 people that find this to be a really thrilling experience to watch someone else doing this. I'm going to go insane doing that myself. I definitely don't want to be recording it. I definitely don't want this to be an episode. Right? I did do long, extended bits of gameplay in the last hardcore series, and I had more complaints about that than I did about anything else. And something that I did get suggested in the last series, and has already been suggested in this series, is I should do hardcore. I shouldn't be using hired help. But in order to keep the gameplay interesting, I should do it off screen. What exactly is the point of that? Right? That's my question, is what exactly is the point of me doing the hardcore gameplay and doing it all myself without any hired help, but not doing it into any videos? Like, there's literally... I cannot get my head around the logic behind that one. Right? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, like, just show a 10-second clip of part of the job and then do everything else behind the scenes? Because I have seen this before. I did quite a while ago. Someone else was doing a hardcore series and they were doing a lot of it behind the scenes, and you could clearly see that when he'd gone behind the scenes to do it, he'd put the hired help going and then he'd gone off and done something else for a while. Now, that's how I would approach that if I was doing it like that. But there were complaints about that in the comments section. He's clearly not doing it hardcore. He's clearly not doing it himself. When he's gone off camera, the lines are too straight. He's got the hired help. It's cheating. No! That's not how this works. We're making videos to keep people entertained. Right? That's the whole point of this. So, no, I am not going to be doing single contracts and refusing to use hired help because it's just utterly pointless. For something like this, if I was doing a time-lapse series and it was intended to be hardcore, I could actually see myself starting a new series and doing it kind of like this, doing a full-on hardcore series at some point, maybe in FS21 when that's released. Then yes, I would do it like that. But for this kind of gameplay, this kind of video, no, absolutely not. It's not going to work. I'm not going to be doing hours on my own and giving you slightly wavy lines to look at when you come back in, because no, just no, right? That's not happening. So yeah, I do kind of see where some of you are coming from with this, but that's not happening. I'm going to be doing multiple contracts, and I'm going to be using hired help to do it. And yes, I do still class this as a hardcore gameplay and a hardcore series. I've got no loan. We're not allowed to lease any machinery. And as soon as we do start getting our own machinery, I'm going to be using them for doing the different jobs that we do here in this series. So, and there are other things that making it difficult as well. So it's not all going to be like, just because I'm not refusing to use hired help, that doesn't mean it's not a hardcore gameplay. And also, by having several contracts going and then flicking between them and keeping the hired help running, I'm still doing the gameplay. I'm still playing the game. It's still hardcore. It just means that we get more variety in the actual gameplay. We get more variety in the things that are going on. And I would just like to point out that hardcore doesn't mean I have to be the farm labourer every time, yeah? It's entirely possible that I could be struggling to make ends meet, but running a contracting business. I know plenty of people that would fit that category. I know that there are plenty of people who fit into that category quite snugly. And, you know, you run your own business. That's what we're doing right here. We're running our business. We're trying to start up a contracting company. If you're running a business doing contracting, you're not going to do everything yourself. You will get some people to come along and help you. And that's what we're doing. We're getting people to come along and help us. Now, I said that I'm not going to use the autoload, and a few people said they don't really care about the autoload. I was surprised that was kind of met neutrally, but I think a lot of people were a bit more concerned that I was talking about using the speed modification, and this is something that I've had a lot of pushback over this one. So I'm not going to do the speed modification. Now, Boulder Canyon, in order to make that gameplay a little bit easier, and, well, not easier as such, more just to, like, speed it up a bit, so that we had fewer bales to be handling that sort of thing, I altered the bale capacity of all the bales that we used on that series to 8,000, as opposed to 4,000, which is the base game setting. For now, I'm going to leave these bales on 4,000. Not going to change them. I'm going to leave them on 4. Now, maybe we will tweak that later, and we will have, you know, more compressed bales. If that does seem to sort of fit things a little bit better later on. However, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. We'll kind of play that one by ear, and we will see how that works out. So right now, I don't really know, but I'm more than willing to listen to feedback. If you're concerned about some of my decisions for how Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. So while I sit up here and enjoy this view and a well-earned break, could you please consider taking a look at the links in the description down below? We have Nitrado, who provide gaming servers, who are very, very reliable, and they provide us with a server on our Discord channel. And there is also Fanatical, where you can buy all kinds of different computer games for various different platforms. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.